Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Many a times, some people, they come with all seriousness and want to ask something very seriously. Swamiji, I want some private special time from you. I said, start right away. No, it is long. That means the problems are very long. I said, don't worry, you start. I will wait here for one yuga. I don't mind, start. The problem is, when I want to come and ask you, everything becomes blank. This is the problem, what to ask. And so some problems are told. Problems are nothing, but people don't change according to my desire. That is the problem. Very simple problem. So, what should be done? So I tell them, shall I tell you the truth or bluff? Because I have got both the options. According to requirement, I can fire both things effectively. So Swamiji tells something truthful. I said, all right. The best way to solve all your problems is be happy. Swamiji, I don't know how to talk to you. Anything we ask you, you go round and come to be happy. I said, okay, be miserable. See? Now, when the teacher yesterday told us that ultimately you have to finalize the goal of your life, nobody can decide the goal of your life. See, whole Bhagavad Gita was told by the Lord to Arjun. And at the end, he said, Yathechasi tatha kuru. Now, whatever is to be said, decided, analyzed, presented, now you decide what you have to do. This is the only case in whole Indian history where an Indian has not taken a decision for others. Otherwise, Indians have this speciality. They can decide about anything on any topic except their life. So, when the teacher told, look here, you have to decide the goal of your life. And if you want to follow the attributeless absolute reality, the teacher told, it's not so simple as you think. To talk is easy. To keep mouth shut is very difficult. To think is easy. Normally, what we call thinking is nothing but worrying. We hardly think. We only worry. So, worrying is very easy. But to keep mouth or the mind shut, very difficult. To run around in the world is very easy. To stay in one place is very difficult. See? So, keeping these things in view, Arjun, it is better that you fix your mind on some higher goal with attributes and with the comprehension by the mind. It is easier. If you don't, try and suffer. And ultimately what you will get will be only the same reality with the attributes and with the form. Because as long as you are living as a body, as long as you are functioning through the agency of mind, mind can function only in attributes. And the identification of the mind with the body cannot make you realize, understand the attributeless, formless reality. And this is your problem. So it is better, Arjun, that you fix your mind on the reality with the attributes and form. Now the question comes, how do we do that? So, 4 options were given. First option was that Mayeva manadha swamai buddhim niveshaya nivasishyasi mai eva at urdhvam na samchaya. So, keep your mind, intellect in me all the time. You shall certainly attain me. It's very difficult to say that think about God is the easiest thing in the world. And to think about God is the most difficult thing in the world. So it's not possible. Never mind. Another option. What is that? Try. Do abhyas. Practice. You will. If I have to do abhyas, practice, why will I become a Babaji? I would have become a chartered accountant. I would have become a softy. Practicing is not possible for me. I am not consistent. This is one of the most difficult things for many people. They are not consistent. Something will start like hysteria. And that attack of spiritual dysentery remains only for 3-4 days. Again, the worldly constipation develops. Very difficult. So, abhyas practice is also not possible. Never mind. Then, keep your all activities for my sake. Oh, that is also very difficult. Okay, now last option. What is that? Whatever you are doing or not doing, don't worry. And be happy. Now see, these are the 4 options given. Now what will be the consequence of this kind of categorical statement of the guidelines? That the one who is told, fix your mind and intellect in the reality. Not possible. Okay, come to the 2nd level, come to the 3rd level, come to the 4th level. So, we will understand the last option is the useless most option. And nobody takes himself or herself to be anywhere less. Isn't it? We have got very high opinion about us as regards ourselves are concerned. And therefore, the teacher says, see, when I told you that sarva karma phalatyagam tatak kuru yatatmavan. Please understand, I am not giving you the traditional translations. Otherwise, sarva karma phalatyagam means do your duty and don't worry. I am not telling you that. That you must have heard and become indigestion of that. When it is said, do not get involved in the results of your action. Results of your action always come in the future period of time. And when you are told, give up the results of action, means what? Remain all the time in the present. And when you remain all the time in the present, you have to be happy. Misery is, divorce from the present is misery. How we become miserable? Either some load of the past. You must have seen, we ourselves have kept everything. Best example, one day I was on the airport and you check in your luggage. It's your own luggage, nothing new. And then when you go to your destination and get down and wait near that, conveyor belt. And it has not come, it has not, I see, that has come. It's your own luggage, nothing new about it, isn't it? But when the luggage comes, oh, how happy we become. In the same manner, our own past luggage we are all the time carrying about. Anybody comes, Gupta ji, how are you? What to tell you, my son is such a terrible rascal. How many sons you have got? One only. Oh, not like Kauravas. No, one. Because you told me this thing 100 times. I thought you have 100 children. The same thing, the past, the same thing. We go on repeating. This is how we refuse to remain in the present. And when we are all the time thinking about our past, what we do is we disrespect the present. When we disrespect the present, the punishment for the disrespect to the present is called as misery. When you get punishment, you don't get a chocolate. See? Now, second thing. Or else what we do, we are working all right, but all the time worried about the future. Swamiji, suppose somebody came to meet me, some problem of the son, daughter and marriage and love and falling in love and all kinds of routine things, Like, in the emergency wards, the doctors, nurses are there. They are the most equipoised people in the world. When you take the patient with you, you are so excited. And for them, everybody is the emergent patient. So, otherwise they will have to get admitted. They are very calm and it's okay, nothing will happen. Like in Goa, in Madgaon, one day I was there. There is a hospital. And exactly opposite the hospital is a graveyard. The same road. Turn right, you go to the hospital. Turn left, you go to the graveyard. So if you go to the hospital and don't come out, go straight. So, now these people, same thing. Son is like that, daughter is like, Suppose Swamiji, suppose she says like that, if you don't allow me to marry him, I will never get married, and what then I should do? I said, then you get married. I said, why do you imagine what is not yet happening? Most of the time we try to name the unborn children. Very, very important. This is the meaning of sarva karma phalatyagam tadat kuru yadatmavan. So when you have given up your imaginary focus on the unborn future and you are not bringing the load of your past in the present, in the absolute present you cannot be but happy. Very important. See, whenever you laugh on a joke, there are people who listen to the joke seriously and then ask, बाद में क्या हुआ? Then what happened? So when you laugh on a joke, that time, why you are happy, Because that very moment you are in the absolute present. Therefore, when you go to sleep, you may not chant the Lord's name. You may not read Bhagavad Gita. But read some light books, jokes, music, and go to sleep. You will be happier. One day one person came from US, NRI. And I had just come from my Gita class. And he asked me, Swamiji, I am having great problem. I am not able to sleep. I tried medicines and drinks and drugs and the sleeping pills and I am unable to sleep. I don't know what I should do. I said, read Bhagavad Gita. Everything will be all right. He said, no, Swamiji, I am not going to sleep. I said, don't worry. Bhagavad Gita puts to sleep many people. And then I gave him a fat book of Bhagavad Gita, the Holy Gita. And I said, when you go to bed, lie down comfortably, take the book in the hand and start reading. Third day he came. He said, Swamiji, really, Bhagavad Gita is great. What was the message of Bhagavad Gita? Uttishthata, tasmat uttishta kaunteya yuddhaya kruta nishtaya. And here is the effect of Bhagavad Gita. Yo yadichhati tasya tat. Upanishad says, you get whatever you want from Bhagavad Gita. If you want to go to sleep, you will. Therefore, please remember, all the spiritual practice, whatever you are doing, is only for this. Sarva karma phalatyagam. Meaning, remain in absolute present. So don't condemn when I tell, Swamiji, what is that all the time? Be happy, be happy. Don't you know anything else? Very important. This is the last word in the spiritual practice. That's why my logo is that, happy man. So one person told me, Swamiji, what kind of, this is the happy man. So, Swamiji, you, in your logo, you have not put any snake or any flower or any sun and the rays are coming and the birds of peace are flying out. And some Sanskrit statement. Whenever they put Sanskrit, it means it is wisdom. Not necessary. Nahi nahi rakshati dukrum karane. What is important is how you are, doesn't matter what you are. That is important. So, when the Lord has given the last message, so sarva karma phalatyagam tatakuru yatatmavan. When this was said, then the teacher looked at the student and Arjuna was thinking that I am the best, most intelligent people. So the teacher says, look here. Shreyo hi jnanam abhyasat, jnanat dhyanam vishishyate, dhyanat karma phalatyagaha, tyagat shantir anantaram. Here the most beautiful comparison is given. First, Shreyo hi jnanam abhyasat. If you are practicing your spiritual practice blindly, you will lead nowhere. There was one young boy who used to come few months or years. I met him only 2-3 days before somewhere in dinner. So he asked me this question. Swamiji, I am just doing the Lord's name, chanting Ram Ram Ram, Hare Ram or Hari Om Hari Om. I am going to the temple, but it has become so mechanical. I don't know what I should do. I said, stop it instantaneously. Do not become a robo. Live a living being. Increasing the percentage of consciousness or awareness in our life is the measurement of your spiritual growth. See, all your external signs have no meaning. This is only for protecting you from the public. That's it. Therefore, Shreyo hi jnanam abhyasat. Do not live your life mechanically. Be bold enough. Suppose you are chanting the Lord's name, Ram 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 Ram, and watch within. Have you really experienced some kind of evolution in you? If not, drop it. And then again restart. See, our Swami Akhandanji writes in one of his encounters with one great saint. His name was Nepali Baba. And that time Swamiji was young man. So he used to chant the Lord's name, with a view to complete the number. So Sriram Jaram Jajaram, Sriram Jajaram, Sriram Jajaram, Sriram Jajaram, Sriram Jaram Jajaram, Sriram Jaram Jajaram. So he happened to come, he said, look here, stop this. and chant like this. Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ram. Like the quiet waters of the lake, you put one small stone and the ripples spread over the whole lake and die away by the time they go to the shore. In the same manner, in the quiet pool of consciousness, let a drop of the divine thought be put. Shri Ram. And let the whole consciousness vibrate with the divine experience. Experience that. Therefore, Shreyo hi jnanam abhyasat. Practicing without knowledge is becoming a robo. Never do that. Knowledge here, what is referred is not the knowledge what is said in Vedanta Shastra. Rute jnananna muktihi. Without the knowledge there is no liberation. This is not that knowledge. First you have to know and then only you can practice. Because here the topic is that of the upasana, bhakti, devotion, understanding. So, first of all, know clearly from the wise teacher, go, approach with all respect and reverence, collect the information completely and then start your practice. Shreyo hi jnanam abhyasat, then jnanat dhyanam vishishyate. And only don't go on collecting the information and become an encyclopedia of spirituality. No. Whatever you have understood, now dhyanam vishishyate. Now start practicing the experience of that knowledge in your own being. Jnanat dhyanam vishishyate. See, when knowledge demands action, it is falling in the purview of karma kanda, activities, the righteous lifestyle. The knowledge is, if you do your daily duties and obligatory duties, you will not have the sins. This is the knowledge. Thereafter, you have to do that. Only by reading nothing will happen. Similarly, another knowledge. If you chant the Gayatri Mantra for 24 lakhs time, you will have the Brahma Tej on you. Your Saraswati Vani will be invoked. So for that, you do know that Gayatri Japa for 24 lakhs times. So this is knowledge and then jnana dhyanam vishishyate. Now practice that. Dhyanam or meditation is the laboratory where the knowledge is converted into experience. Whatever we have heard, whatever we have learned, whatever we are convinced, whatever we have gathered, whatever we have interacted with, let it be experienced by us. That is the purpose of meditation. Meditation is not, simply closing the eyes and opening the headache. See? The other day, one person wrote me, Swamiji, earlier I was better. Since I have started going spiritual, I am more miserable, I am more confused. At least earlier I used to enjoy the serials, I used to enjoy the movies, I used to go here and there. But now I don't know what happened. Since I have gone spiritual, I can't do that. And inside nothing happens except headache. So what I should do? I said, you go to the mental hospital. See, Therefore, jnanat dhyanam vishishyate. And the last option, dhyanat karma phalatyagaha. Now come back. Your study of scriptures, gathering the knowledge. Some people have got, this is called technically as shastreshana. The hunger to know more and more from the scriptures. And the same Upanishad says, Nanu dhyayan bahun shabdan vacho viglapanam hitat. You have to put a stop to the additional studies. Now enough is enough. Now practice what you have studied in life. That is important. And the most important thing, by asking question to anybody, you will never get an answer. When you ask a question to anybody, you get a reply. Reply is never an answer. Answer has to be discovered by you interacting with the situation and discover the answer in your own mind. Whatever you gather from outside is information, whether it is a reply or your study. But when your study is interacted in such a manner that you discover the answers to all the questions of your life and then see the joy of it. One example I'll give you. See, I was doing something, a recording on my computer. And there was one action which I was doing it, suppose 10 files I had to transfer. So I used to highlight it and drag and put and all that. So it so happened while I was doing, maybe my hand was having cramp or whatever it is. So instead of taking one file, it so happened that all the files got highlighted. And then I dragged, all of them came. And I jumped out of my skin and said, hey, what a shortcut. This I will never forget, because I have discovered in the same manner. Discover your own answers in your heart. How to control the mind. How to fix your mind on the Lord. How to be able to be calm and quiet in spite of the terrors around. Discover yourself. And in that series of discovery, discover this. What is that? That sarva karma phalatyagaha and dhyanat karma phalatyagaha tyagat shantiranantaram. Now see, what meaning I gave you about the sarva karma phalatyaga, renouncing all the results of action. Be happy. Now be very attentive also. See, whatever you are doing is for what? For being miserable. Whether you get married or divorced. See, I got many cases I handle, sometimes marriage cases. And sometimes such a great fun, I really enjoy my life. 10 minutes before somebody comes about a marriage problem and I fix them. After another 10 minutes, another comes for a divorce and I fix them also. And then have my cup of tea. And what do I get? I get nothing. The joy of it. Now see, when all our actions are aimed at only attainment of bliss and happiness, why not express your own inherent happiness through every action of your life? And when you express your inherent happiness through every action of your life, you are bound to be in the present. You cannot be happy yesterday. You cannot be happy tomorrow. Grammatically not possible. When I say I was happy, now what you are talking is only the memory. When you say I will be happy after getting married, it is only a dream. Isn't it? And dreams are dreams, they are never real. So, if you make a statement, now I am happy, then there is some strength and meaning in that statement. Therefore, when here the teacher says, that the highest spiritual practice is be happy. Now what happens? Tyagat shantihi anantaram instantaneously. The moment you are happy, you are at peace. Can you say, I am so happy but so disturbed? Impossible. And this is what all of us are seeking in life. So instead of struggling to get happiness from this world, just be happy and give up the struggle. This is the highest spiritual practice, and this is what all the Mahatmas live with. It is so important. And you will see, if you analyze further, when you are living in the absolute present more and more time, what happens? Your past files start getting automatically deleted. Isn't it? When so many files are accumulated in your mailbox, after a particular limit, they automatically get deleted, even if you don't delete them. At times, they close the account also, if you don't open it regularly. In the same manner, when you stop bringing your past again and again in the present, be very attentive. Your past starts becoming shorter and shorter because you have deleted your past experiences. You have deleted your past memories. Shorter the past, younger the age. And when you start living more and more in the present, you grow young. See? Instead of becoming young by the makeup, become young by living in the present. That is more lasting. You don't have to go every after 1 week there. See how important it is, friends. It is so simple. So, when you keep on remembering this principle, being happy is the technique by which your ego is diluted. Being happy is the technique by which you do not carry the imaginary load of the unborn future. Being happy is living with life and not carrying the dead load of the past. See? All these things put together is called as Shantihi. See? Therefore, friends, remind yourself again and again. Don't bring your past even once. Anybody asks you bluff or bluff, tell straight away. No, but you are telling lies. Yes, I like telling lies. My profession is liar. So forget about everything. There is no need. You know what will happen? Tyagat shantihi anantaram. Try to talk about anything which is not happened just 2 minutes before. You just can't talk. Remember, long time in our Hindi sessions I have given you one mantra. Do you remember that mantra? To attain absolute peace, there is a peace mantra. Not the Shanti Patha. I am not telling Shanti Patha. I am giving a peace mantra. Do you want to attain peace and happiness right away? Yes or no? Okay. Ready for the mantra? Mass mantra diksha. And this mantra is the unique mantra. This mantra was never given by anybody to anybody. This mantra was never discovered by anybody except me. And if you take this mantra sincerely, I am not telling you seriously, don't be serious with the mantra. Take sincerely. And then see, you, even if you want, you cannot be miserable. Guaranteed. So when I tell the mantra, put your own right hand on your own heart. Don't touch anybody's heart. Put your hand on your. And those who are not putting, they will not get the mantra. Because you are not listening to the mantra giver. So if you simply listen, it will go, but it will not have effect on you. And I am not looking at you. So, today is, what is 15th? Now say this mantra. I will say 3 times, you repeat 3 times and then keep quiet, then our lecture will again begin. Keep your hand on your heart. 15th December 2003. 15th December 2003. 15th December 2003. Now open your eyes and your mind. Now refuse to talk about any topic which has happened before this date. Now try to talk. Try. Saddam Hussein was caught. When? Stop. You have no business to talk about yesterday. The moment you take this vow, you know what is your age now? Now your age is 1 day old chick. You are a day old chick. No load of the past. Just imagine that you are just born. How wonderful this world is. As the small children, they are able to get enchanted by looking at the fan. Isn't it? When they look at anything, they are so excited because everything is so fresh. And for a 75 Norton, इसको साफ नहीं किया. लगाओ झाड़ू भी साफ नहीं किया. All the time bringing the past. Therefore, friend, tyagat shahantihi anantaram. The more you remain in the present, the more happy you are. The more happy you are, less egoistic you are. Less egoistic you are. You are nearer to the Lord. You are nearer to the Lord. Magnetic is your personality. And when magnetic is your personality, aluminiums don't come near you. Only the steel comes. See, friends, the life undergoes a total metamorphosis. And this is the ultimate of our life. Therefore, as I told you last time, the fulfillment of human being scientifically is when we are able to love the whole world wholeheartedly, not with a hole in the heart. And the whole world loves us. This is the real fulfillment of human existence. Otherwise, you have lots of money, power and everything, and then towards the evening of your life, जाने कहाँ गए वो दिन. You know, those wonderful days, how happy we were. Now I am feeling so lonely. And I tried to commit suicide, but everywhere there is such adulteration. Even the poison was not pure. In Kali Yuga, even death is not possible. Such a frustrated death that we live is not the meaning of a scientific life. Now, when a person has thus practiced all this, then what happens to him? Naturally, this becomes his second nature. Our first nature is the absolute reality. And when that absolute reality is expressing through the conditioning of our body, mind, intellect complex, then what is the kind of expression? This is said in the remaining 8 verses. And the teacher says, he, be very attentive, he who allows me to express through him is my real beloved. See? Don't struggle for God realization. That poor fellow doesn't have a house to live in. Empty yourself. Let him pour himself. He doesn't have the tongue to talk. Let him speak through your tongue. He doesn't have the eyes to see. Let your eyes be rented by him so that he sees through your eyes. In short, instead of struggling to get the vision of the God, let the God has the vision of the world through your equipment and you get out. That is the fulfillment of human existence. Instead of going and asking the God, do you know, the biggest beggar in this world is Bhagwan. He is constantly knocking the door. And we are holy people. We have kept a hole on the door. And when we see through that hole, God is coming, but close it. And if there is a Maya, let us allow him to express through us. And when he starts expressing through us, then what happens? In the next 8 verses, the teacher gives the most wonderful account of the fulfillment that can be attained when we live our life according to this prescription given by Bhagavad Gita. There are 33 qualities enumerated. You know, in our Hindu religion, there is something called as 33 crore gods. 33 koti, this is the technical word used in the local language. See, 33 koti, 33 crores is a wrong translation. Koti does not mean crores. Koti means a category. See, when you say he is a doctor of the highest category, how will you say in Hindi? ये अच्छे कोटि के डॉक्टर है, ये अच्छे कोटि के गायक है. That means when he sings, others understand something. They don't run away. अच्छे कोटि के गायक. So koti means a category. So there are 33 categories. And those 33 categories are responsible for all the experiences that every one of us have. If those 33 categories are removed from the body, life's expressions are not possible. So these are all the divine forces which are keeping our life going. So when these 33 qualities are practiced by us as a spiritual practice, they are the most scientific methods by which you grow within to grow without. Growing within is bound to help you to grow without. But if it is only the other way around thought, only grow without, you will never be able to attain fulfillment in life. Therefore, this becomes the description of the expression of the divinity through the best of human beings, as well as this becomes a guideline for the seekers of truth. How can we attain? Now, this is said in the 13th verse onward. Adveshta sarva bhutanam maitra karuna evacha nirmamo nirahankaraha samadukha sukha kshami Santushta satatam yogi yatatma drudha nishchayaha Mayarpita mano buddhihi yomad bhaktaha same priyaha. In these two verses, the teacher has enumerated the expression of divinity through a perfect human being. Which are those? First, Adveshta Sarva Bhutanam. Second, Maitraha Sarva Bhutanam. Third, Karunaha. Fourth, Nirmamaha. 5, Nirahankara. 6, Samadukha Sukha. 7, Kshami. 8, Santushtaha. 9, Yogi. 10, Yatatma. 11, Drudha Nishchayaha. And Mayarpita Mano Buddhihi. 12. So these are the 12 things. They will start appearing naturally in us if we allow him to function through us. Now, when we allow the reality, the absolute consciousness to function through us, means what happens? And then we'll go into it. See, like electrical energy expresses through the bulb as light, in the same manner, the consciousness expresses through the body as mind. That body which is not able to express the mind, the expression of the consciousness, that body is called as a dead body. First principle. Second principle. When the consciousness is expressing as mind through the body, the second thing is, the mind has got also two expressions. One is the ability to perceive, the faculty of perception. And second is the faculty of projection. The faculty of perception is an asset. The faculty of projection is a bondage. When I look at the book is recognized by me, known by me through the faculty of perception. If I look at anything in this world and stop there, I am in the divine kingdom. But what we do? Perception is immediately followed by projection. And that projection creates a non-existing illusion. And all our life is lived only running after the mirages of our life. And therefore we suffer. Now, arrest that second projecting aspect of your mind and then see what happens. This is what is said over here. So, first, Adveshta Sarva Bhutanam. He who has zero hatred level for everything and being in this world. Zero hatred level. Whenever we hate, what happens? Hatred is a terrible inferno consuming the peace in our own heart. And this hatred is such a terrible thing. It will never allow you to be happy. A person, hateful person, can never be happy. I'll give an example. Suppose somebody hates me. Why suppose, Swamiji? Suppose somebody hates me. And I don't know. So I go, hi, how are you? My God, this has again come early in the morning. I don't know you hate me. So I go very comfortably. Amma, how are you? You know. Oh my God, this is new. Swamiji, I'm sorry I had to go somewhere. Okay. I'll come again. My God, I'll come again. I want to avoid you because I hate you. And I don't know that you hate me because I am a Dumbo. Again, you happen to see me somewhere in a mall, on the crossroad. And then you try to hide yourself behind this bookshelf, behind that thing, you know. And I am a Dumbo of the highest order. I go this way, that way. Amma, how come you are here? Why, I have to take your permission or what? How come you are? I'll go anywhere, even to the hell. Never mind, I'll come there, Amma. See, who is suffering? The one who hates suffers. The one who is hated enjoys. And his hatred has another facet, and that is called as jealousy. You know, I am telling all these things out of my immediate, direct, personal Anubhav. That's why my name is Anubhav. This happened in US. I was staying somewhere, and somebody called me for lunch or like that. And you know the specialty of America, if you get fresh food, you are lucky. Fresh from the fridge. So when I went, that girl whose house I went, I knew her when she was small, class 6, 7. Then she grew before me, and I only fixed her marriage, and she got married. Now they are in USA settled. So naturally when you go to somebody like that, and that so sweet, small little girl, hardly 20, 22, 21, with all difficulty she has prepared something or the other. Swamiji, nothing is from the fridge, everything I have cooked myself, and see, even I got my finger cut. I said, have you prepared non-vegetarian one? No, it's not like that. Now, and it so happened the food was really tasty. So when I was taking food, I said, hey, you really did wonderful job, better than your mother. And I took 1 or 2 dishes and enjoyed. Now the lady who came with me, she was observing all that. And after I went home, firing left and right. But how? Silent, because I am a Swami. I said, Amma, will you prepare tea? I don't know how to prepare tea. Why? And finally, you know that panchet, finally it burst open. And Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, all three together. Swamiji, what happened? Do you remember how much you praise we went there for food? I said, yes. Did you praise me even once? I said, I have never praised myself also. You and me are one. We are not separate. No. You don't catch me in words like that. Now such a person who has hatred, jealousy, these are all the negative things, friends. You can never have peace and happiness in your heart if you have an iota of hatred. One thing I'll tell you, this I told you a number of times. Again I'll repeat. How many times we have put conscious effort to see that our heart is absolutely pure? How many times? Not even once. See, I go to Shirdi Baba now and then. One day one person asked me this question, Swamiji, even you have to come over here? I said, why not? Every dirty cloth goes to Dhobi. So, but you just stand there and then you just do this thing and go away. You don't ask anything. I said, yes, I do ask. Oh, what do you ask, Swamiji? You also ask? I said, yes. What is that? I said, it's personal. I will not tell you. No, please tell me. We can't imagine that you can ask anything from Baba. I said, okay, listen. I always ask only one thing. The same thing I repeat again and again. And he has blessed me. Really? What is that? I will also ask. I said, don't get into the wrong shoes. No, please tell. I said, okay. I always ask him, oh Lord, let my heart be so pure and free from the virus of hatred that I should not have hatred even in dream, even once in my whole lifetime. That purity. You know what happens? In pure heart, the Lord descends automatically. Because the moment the hatred disappears, there is a big vacuum. And in that big vacuum, the divinity fills in. Adveshta sarva bhutana. Friends, to develop and discover the importance of freedom from hatred, go on contemplating. When we hate, it is we who are sufferers, not anybody else. See? And to remove that hatred, there are many techniques. One technique. Every one thing or being that comes in our contact in life is none other than the same Lord in His own way. See, like in my house, how I live, I decide, is it not? Whether I am sleeping on my bed with the wedding suit, or I am sitting in my drawing room with my bathing suit. But why do you sit like this? It's okay, it's my house, I'll do whatever I like. In the same manner, in His creation, how He comes to us as a human being, as a mosquito, as a fly, as an enemy, as a friend, or as an indifferent person, that is His choice. Try to see Him in and through everyone. You cannot hate anybody. This is the technique through devotion. And this technique can be applied by us because we have the technical know-how. What is our technical know-how? Our technical know-how. As we suspect everybody. Isn't it? I don't know that man, but looks to be a gunda. But how he looks very nice. No. Somebody you don't understand. These people are very bad, you know. They are very bad. Like, when we see a policeman, what comes in our mind? Suppose you are going somewhere and the police whistles and pulls you, come this side. What is the first thought come in your mind? Not that you have done some mistake and you are being punished. Kuch dena padega. So you take out your license, and if you are a seasoned citizen of India, then along with the license above, below there is a paper, not weight, paper support. So you take the your license above, and below maybe I don't know what is the present rate. Because I have not gone to Dalal Street many days. So, and then he also has got such great understanding. Indians have got good understanding. So he will take it and see, okay Babuji, next time don't do, okay, take it back. Yad gatva na nivartante tad param. When a policeman comes, this comes to our mind by default, is it not? Now try the same technique. Anybody, whatever, whosoever comes in your life, insist to begin with that none other than the Lord, anybody ever comes in our life. Try. Second technique. This technique was very much said by Dongre Maharaj. Whomsoever you hate, whomsoever you don't like, sit quiet before the Lord and immediately remember that person whom you hate. And talk to the Lord. Oh Lord, I am tired of hating now. Please help me to develop love for this person. Repeat again and again. It will happen. As by reading the menu, your hunger cannot be satiated. In the same manner, only by listening once, nothing will happen. You have to practice it. Slowly, your heart will be unloaded of this virus of hatred. Adveshta sarva bhutanam. Third technique. In this world, if you have to take guidance from anybody, I'll give you. Take guidance from our Indian politicians. They have name dveshosti na priyaha as long as I get money. Isn't it? It doesn't matter which party you are. I belong to the money party. That's it. In the same manner, belong to that party where your interest is kept alive. And what is your interest? By loving or hating, you are creating problems for you. Why not be indifferent? See? Because you have to protect yourself. Very important. Fourth thing. This is all a big drama going on. Remember some of your childhood events. How serious we had become. If this does not happen, no, I think I am not going to like that. Those who say, na, when somebody dies, I can't imagine even I can live without you. And the other fellow dies. Then what happens? He or she continues living even longer. Like, the government service is done for less number of years. And the pension is taken for no more number of years. That's why our government is going in loss. See? Therefore, friends, discover your own technique. And refuse to hate anybody. Adveshta sarva bhutanam. Second, Maitraha, it is not only the negative thing. Maitraha means the one who has a friendly nature. See, Maitra is being friendly, not being a friend to a friend. When you are a friend to a friend, you are in bondage of friendship. But when you are friendly with the whole world, you have the benefit of the friendship, but you are not bound by the friendship. Maitraha. Our Swamiji Akhandaji beautifully says, Mitra is one of the names of Lord Sun. Om Mitraya Namaha, Om Khagaya Namaha, Om Bhanave Namaha, Om Suryaya Namaha. So, be like a sun. Yes, you yan. Be like a sun. How is the sun? Sun is the one who distributes light and energy without even claiming. Isn't it? Meaning, let that attitude be our natural attitude. Let us not struggle to love anybody. That sahaj bhav, that spontaneity in expression of love is the most important thing. And whom you love, whom you revere, in Yoga Shastra, there are 4 techniques given. Those who are your type, your good people and all that, be friendly with them. Then those who are little, junior to you, inferior to you, have compassion for them. That's called as love. And those who are very successful, be happy because of their success. And those who are criminal members of the society, be indifferent, upeksha. Your mind will remain pure and in this attitude of friendliness. Please remember very important thing. If you really want to live your life scientifically, don't get involved in any controversies of life, wherein your purity of mind is at stake and you are likely to lose your peace of mind. Don't get into that. Maitraha karuna evacha. Third is karuna. Karuna is a positive attitude which helps you change your interaction with the world as well as the intensity. By karuna, you naturally extend your hands to help. That compassion or karuna should not be only word. When I see the poor people in India, I feel so bad. See, I was in Washington and in somebody's house taking food. And then they all came together and started telling me, Swamiji, why the Indian temples are not clean? I kept quiet. Maunam vyakya prakritita para brahma tattvam yuvanam. Because I had yet to take food. I can't argue. Survival. So, after that, if they can keep the temples clean and neat, the whole thing will be so beautiful. I think you should do something. I said, okay. When I go, I'll take jhadu with me and clean all the temples of it. And after all that was over, food, everything over. And they said next day that they will come for the lecture wherever I had. And after the lecture, the phone came. Swamiji, I told I'll come, but I forgot that yesterday was a very important day, 25 years of celebration. I said, is it an anniversary, wedding anniversary? No. That is not important. What is that? 25 years before I became the citizen of America. And that is what we were celebrating. And telling me here that why Indian temples are not clean. This is not compassion. This is love, passion, jada. Friends, compassion is extension of an attitude of love and service even to the unknown. That is called as karuna. So, karuna, then nirmamaha. Nirmamaha means, nirmama doesn't mean, many times we have got these foolish expressions. There was one boy, he took his bicycle in the evening and running, not riding. So naturally when this funny scene is seen, the police stop. Why are you running? Whose bicycle is that? He said, I am running because I am in a hurry. Then whose bicycle is that? Now he learned recently in Vedanta, nothing is mine. Nirmamo nirahankaraha. So he said, it is not mine. You thief, you are stealing somebody's finger. That is not the meaning of nirmama. Nirmama means when we are living in this world, we have to use the language. But always remember, nothing ever belongs to us in this world, and start from your own body. If you practice this one technique, again and again remind yourself, really, is this body ever belonging to us? Never it belonged to us. Therefore, it is so important that again and again we have to go ahead and get out of this wrong notion that anything ever belonged to us. It never belonged to us. So, nirmamaha. And with that understanding, live, play the game of life. The best example I can think of is when you get into the flight or a train. So that time we say, hey, this is my berth. And when we are when our station comes, we don't take out immediately the screwdriver and start. Kya kar raha? My berth. No, it remains there only. So for practical purposes, you have to use the language, but with a clear understanding that nothing ever belongs to us in this world. The result will be, you will be relaxed and happy. You will see, we as a husband are miserable. We as a wife are miserable. We as children are miserable. We as parents are miserable. We as Hindus are miserable. We as Christians are miserable. We as Muslims are miserable. We as human beings are very less miserable. See? And all these things we are simply gathered around us, which has no meaning whatsoever. If Lord Krishna comes, will we ask him, excuse me, you are a Vaishnava or a Shaiva? Isn't it? If Lord Jesus comes, will we ask him, excuse me, you are a Protestant or you are a Catholic? He will say, I am not even a Christian, I am a Jew. Is it not? Therefore, friends, let us understand this, and with this understanding we live in this world. Nirmamaha. And then nirahankaraha. Ahankara. We know Maruti car only. But this is the ahankar. Everything in this world is happening by his will. Friends, what is our contribution that we have become 75 not out? Zero. What is our contribution that we don't have glasses even at the old age? Nothing. There are people who at a very young age, 6 years old, and thick glasses. And there is another one, 75, and can see even through the sky. What is that? There is no logic. It's just happening. Therefore, friends, all that is happening in this life, it is happening one of the ways to explain ourselves. Either take it as a divine will and relax. Don't give too much importance to I have done. Therefore, this path of karma or the path of doership is not a very good thing to be glorified in life. A devotee never accepts things happen because of my prarabdha, my earlier karma. I don't know why this is happening only to me. I have done every good to everybody. I think there is some calculation mistake in God's accounts. No. For a devotee, everything is happening as the divine will. Where is our actions coming into play? See? This is very important. Therefore, nirahankaraha. Friends, coming out of the wretched lifestyle is possible by adopting the lifestyle of dharma, of righteousness. But don't get caught up in that. We have to come out of that also. And we come out of that by following the path of devotion, wherein we don't claim things happen because of our doing. We accept things are happening because of the divine will, and we are not reacting, refusing anything that comes in our life. Accept it cheerfully and happily and be happy. A devotee can never be frustrated. A devotee can never be miserable. A devotee can never be arrogant and cannot blame anybody else in this world. Because every experience is reminding him of the Lord. Nirahankaraha and Samadukha Sukhakshami. And there are many more wonderful things. We will conclude them in our tomorrow's concluding session. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.